Hi guys, welcome back YouTube. Today we'll be analyzing my game from the fourth round of the Tata Steel Challengers group. Um, it was the game against Divi Deshmukh. I had the white pieces, and today I played a very, very bad game. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to analyze my win first, and once I start winning again, I will start analyzing my wins. I did play round five today, which I lost absolutely miserably in a terrible fashion. And I've only decided to do this recap against all principles that I hold so dear, to distract myself from the absolute embarrassing display that I put on, and an embarrassing moment that will not repeat itself. I'm sure that the rest of the tournament, I'll continue playing as well as I was before and not play like six, and just, idiotic moves in a row and then blunder the game. So we'll analyze this victory to get me back into good spirits. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's start the analysis. So in the last video, some of you guys asked for the evaluation bar to be on. So I guess a more beginner audience, I'll keep the evaluation bar so you guys can have some insights. So the game started at e4, 5, knight e3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, the same Italian that we saw in my first round game that we just analyzed, d3, knight f6, castles h6. The point of h6 is sort of that you're afraid of any bishop g5 lines. So it's like, even you could play d6 and then maybe she's worried about bishop g5. So this is very prophylactic. I play c3, d6 for q1, castles knight d2, and now she plays a bit of a weird move, bishop b6. Uh, I really usually you go a6 or a5. Bishop b6 essentially it's a sort of prophylactic move. d4 does a couple of tempo, and next you want to go knight e7, knight g6. So now I play the move bishop to b3. I thought this was a nice way of punishing bishop b6, because I didn't know this position specifically. The point being that now if they go knight here, I take advantage of this bishop, here going knight c4, and now I can get the bishop there. And it's actually sort of a similar position with I've had a similar line with like the roles reversed. But I'm playing the bishop pair, and then I can play d4. What I probably just said doesn't make sense, but okay, basically, like there's another line where you get this position. Anyways, like, I should understand that you YouTube viewers are not too advanced. No offense. Anyways, she goes rook e8. Not committing yet. I go h3, waiting. I want her to make a decision. She goes bishop b6, and now I go bishop a4. And the computer doesn't like this move, but the reason why it's not good is actually quite insane. So here she played the move a6, which is a mistake. And I played knight f1, but apparently you're supposed to play d5. And of course, I had seen this move. And the reason why this is not good is that if you take, bishop takes, I was intending to take, bishop takes and takes. Now there's this absolutely insane move, knight e4. Which, okay, this engine, I analyzed with a stronger engine, but and now, like, I guess if you take, there's takes. It's just some crazy stuff. And then if you take down a pawn, but this is somehow equal. So it was a pretty proposition. Like essentially, the point of h3 is like I don't want to take trade this bishop. I want to keep the tension. And now that the bishop goes to a4, with the rook in e8, can't go to 97. So I felt that she was a bit inexperienced in this position, so she didn't really understand all the plans. So she played a6. Well, I guess just a normal waiting move. Um, Maybe going to go bishop a7 to here. So I go knight f1. She goes knight d7. Now she wants to play d5 or f5. So I play knight e3, stopping both of those moves. She trades. It goes knight b6. And now this was a very poor moment. Of course, I have many good options. I could take, and go d4. And then I saw bishop here, bishop c2. I'm threatening to fork the bishop and knight. So, but if you move the knight, then I take the pawn hangs. So you should move the bishop back to d7, and the computer gives a nice advantage. I wasn't sure how to evaluate it, but for some reason I really like the idea of going for this sort of pawn structure imbalance. But Um, this is what I played in the game. But actually, the best move was just to play this, simple chess. I don't know what I was. Maybe I was a bit tired or something, but should have just played simple move bishop c2. And what I was afraid of was d5. No, I just counteract, and now the position is opening up. The center is gonna, things are gonna be traded, but I have the two bishops, so this is definitely going to favor me. So this was a poor decision on my part, but it's an objectively complex position. And after takes, here she has to play a very weird move, queen e6. And here I thought, like my initial calculation was that I take, and then queen d6. And the point is I'm attacking the c6 pawn and attacking the e5 pawn. And I thought that, let's say something like rook e8, I take, and for example, if you play bishop takes h3, of course you're attacking this. Now I have knight c4. And let's say the bishop goes, I go knight e6, and I fork both rooks. And if you take, then I can take this pawn. I can even take this pawn and then take this pawn. So I thought this was fine. This is why I thought that f6 was forced, and then I played b3. And again, the computer likes the other line, but I felt like I'm going to go c4 next. I have really long-term play, and I thought that I could outmaneuver her here. And I noticed in some of her games, when the position became sort of abstract and not simple, she struggled quite a bit. So she played bishop 7, I play c4. She takes, goes c5, but this is now my bishop is perfect on c3, also keeping it on the i5 square and maybe preventing a5 f4. She goes c6, I just defend the knight, defend the pawn with my knight, queen d7, 4. And now, okay, she could go f5, but I had a little bit of a couple ideas. First is e5, other queen f3, but I kind of cute ideas g4. And basically, what I missed is that obviously after takes, there's f5, and then I get this, and let's say bishop back, so I can go takes, or here I take. But the problem is that after takes, I saw this, I go queen g4, takes, f e3, knight f1, and I missed the move d5, which is very strong. And now I can't take back because of d4 and a double attack. So then I sort of have to take, and then this pawn's very annoying, and this g4 pawn's even weaker. So I missed this. This was a plan, but I probably would have seen this and just played queen f3, continue the position, or e5 as well. But she played rook e7, I played f4, bring the queen in, threatening to put bishop f6, king goes over, knight. Now I correctly understood that the knight would come to h5 to sacrifice knight f6. Then maybe go to f4, g5, e6, g6. Knight comes to g3, knight to h5, rook to e3. I'm doubling up, preparing to swing the rook f7, rook e1, queen h4, queen d7, rook d3, continuing the attack. Rook g8, knight f4, threatening knight g6, rook e7. Now I'm going bishop to 2. Now I want to play knight g6, and then stop at h6. G goes knight f7. And here, if you look at the time, I have 38 minutes, she's 34 seconds, and I'm really I felt like this should work, but I decided, okay, I'll just take my time. I spent 6 minutes, I couldn't find a card great, so I just go here. Again, I'm threatening this, she has to go back. Maybe I'm just trying to provoke her, see if she'll play c6. I have all the time in the world, to improve my position. I thought maybe I'll, want to swing the rook over this way, but I wasn't sure. Knight comes back to f4, rook bishop back to d2. I'm testing her, and now I was just sort of wanting to move around, let her make a mistake with her time, and she provokes c6. I go back, and now I bring the rook to d-file. Now my point is, I'm just going to bring this other rook to the d-file, and the pawn will be way too weak. So first of all, I bring my king out of the way, bring my rook, king again back out of the way, because there may be some like sacrifices with check, some discoveries. So I go again out of the way, rook back to e2. By the way, the big bar. This is a bit of a weaker engine, so the big swings are not that. You know. As long as it's plus at least 2, it's winning. So now I go the rook back. I go queen g3, pairing rook to d2, king h8, rook d2, knight f7, knight h5, knight g5, and here actually this was a bit of a mistake of mine. Like back here, I should have taken the pawn and played very simple, slow. I was a bit worried about here. I should basically just defend, and then defend again. And then I didn't place up the pawn, and slowly, okay, I'll play h4, click on the knight, I'll bring a bishop back, and then I can push the pawns, and I can do the whole ring around the rosy, but I got a bit antsy, and I saw this forcing line, and actually, after takes, rook g7, I actually missed this insane. Obviously, I had many options here, many of which are very good, but my initial plan was to take, and then to take. Knight takes g3, king h2. And now, if you count, I have a bishop and 2 rooks against a queen, rook, bishop, and knight. So technically, there's a queen for wait, cannot even get wait. There's a rook. It's a rook for a knight actually. But I'm threatening the rook and I'm threatening to take the queen. And now there's actually this insane defense which I missed, which okay, for example, let's go here, then I go rook d8. I just thought this. I take and here I'm taking everything. And even if I two pieces, I can go around and take all these pawns and push my a pawn. But actually, there's this move knight f1 check, and then takes. And I missed that after this, there's check. I thought that I'm just gonna discovery or mate somehow, and there's actually check. And apparently, this is like a perpetual. Because I have to wait. Oh, no, I have to go up. I have to go over. Yes, I have to like avoid the check somehow. I mean, it's a draw. So I missed this, but obviously here I should just take and take. And I have two pawns, but I'm going to win a third pawn, and the bishop is sort of dead, and the king is so weak, it should still be winning. But luckily, my opponent did not find that and takes. Now you can't take because of mate. Rook e3, I go queen g4. Takes, and now just a nice little intermediate move, taking this in between. Now taking the rook. Now I'm threatening all sorts of checks here. The pawns are loose. One try maybe to trade the queens. Now I take the second pawn, and I'm going to win a third pawn. For example, let's see you attack this. I go here, and actually, if you want to be extremely technical, for example, if you take, now the rook's kind of cut off. So when the rook comes here, I go here first. Let's say the king goes here, now I go here. Let's say the king tries to defend, I take, and then take. And let's say you defend, I go here. Now my rook is sort of is not cut off, by the pawn, and it defends the pawns, which the pawns are on my king. I have three extra pawns. This is very, very simple. So this is a very nice win. It's unfortunate that right after this I lost like an absolute idiot. I'm not going to be doing a recap of my loss. That's too traumatizing. I'm only doing this recap to boost my confidence and to distract myself from my misery that I'll be dealing with for the rest of the night. Um, um, but I can assure you guys that game I actually played really, really well. Game that I just lost, but I'm discussing a game you guys can't see. But I'm playing really well. I just completely fluked. I don't know what happened, but it will not happen again. And okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the recap. Like, subscribe, check out my Substack for updates. Really, really appreciate the support on the last recap. Like it's got like 1 out of 10. Like you guys are really supporting the YouTube, so I really appreciate that. And at least Sikaru says this is just my day job. Streaming is my full-time job. I'm retired. So if you guys keep subscribing, supporting my YouTube channel, then I can play chess stress-free, knowing that I'm just a professional YouTuber, masquerading as a chess player. So thank you guys for watching. Keep working hard, keep improving your chess, and only look at my wins because my losses are just terrible.